This has to be a record, guys.
Right now, I have to stop saying.
We have 7 super chats already.
Game hasn't even started, or post-game show just started. We have 7 super chats already.
7? That's impressive.
Are you telling me they're that fired up after that performance? I mean, the irony is, I don't even know if we can use it now, John. John and I filmed a short before our pregame show today in anticipation to use later this week about whether or not Jake Oettinger will rediscover his form before the playoffs.
One game does not a season make,
Yeah.
but it's a hell of a start.
It's a great start.
Yes, it is.
Let's start it right now.
Speaking of starting,
We're going to talk about goalies with Sean on the postgame show here. DLS Stars starts right now.
Get ready, boys.
Oh, look at the face masks. They just keep growing. It's an epidemic with the Dallas Stars, and we'll get into it. But tonight is all about celebrating a goalie. As Jake Oettinger and the Dallas Stars blank the Minnesota Wild 3-0, we welcome you inside our podcast studio. This is the DLS Dallas Stars post-game show. The guy who still hasn't been in person, Sean Shapiro, in another month will no longer be able to make that claim. Craig Ludwig, I'm Owen Newkirk. John Andersen is our producer tonight, and we have 7 super chats already waiting for us. How about that? Before we get to everything, smash that like button on your YouTube broadcast. Make sure to give us a thumbs up there. That always helps. Send it out to more people in the ether. And before we do, oh yeah, see, Sean even gave you the thumbs up there. Before we get into tonight's game, we have a golf tournament coming up next month, April 25th. Sean will be in town. We're hoping that he'll get to show just how great his short game is. I mean, I was going to make a joke about Sam, but he's sick about short game. But, you know, it writes itself, doesn't it, Luds?
Yeah, well.
Stevens Park Golf Course, 9 a.m. shotgun start. There's a continental breakfast. There's a full buffet lunch after the tournament. 18 holes with a cart. Sign up individually. Your foursome. I'm already off the market, guys. They put me up for sale of, you know, you could pay for me and 3 others as a foursome, and somebody bought it. I don't know why.
Are you flying your dad in or
No.
No?
It is a well.
Didn't he buy it?
You want to talk about bear traps?
Bear traps?
Yeah, we'll get to that
Why are
later,
we talking
Sean.
about bear traps?
Yeah,
Where did that come from?
A bear trap. You know what a bear trap is? Not literally, figuratively. It's when you say something that you don't realize that you're walking into a bear trap. Like, hey, did your dad buy that? No, my dad has been deceased for 2 years. And that's a bear trap. It's okay, though. We talked about this before. You've probably forgotten. Anyway, let's keep the show light today, guys.
Not that I forget. I don't care about a lot.
That's okay,
So,
too. That doesn't
Saddest
necessarily
death
make
of
it
a
better.
family member, everyone. Let's go
Yeah,
around
I know.
the room.
So anyway,
Jeez.
it's a scramble, which means that we can have fun whether you're a great golfer or not. We hope that everybody signs up. If you're a diehard, you get a discount. So please sign up today. It should be a whole lot of fun. Okay, now that we've said that, let's get to Jake Oettinger. Sean, resident goalie guru.
Yeah.
We talked about it in the cold open. That looked a lot better, didn't it?
Yeah, that was I'd call it a bit of a statement game by Oettinger. He comes out, he plays against his hometown team, which I always know gets him riled up, and a divisional opponent. And we've seen some of the struggles lately. People, including folks on this show right here, have talked about how he has been outplayed and hasn't really stood up. And he goes out there and just absolutely tremendous performance, the shutout and all of that. But to me, one of the most notable things that I take, and as you can kind of build on this and go forward, and how do you get the best version of Jake Oettinger in June, in April, May, and June? Man, his play reading was good tonight. Like, it's a lot of people are gonna like the big highlight of the night is going to be that glove save on the 2-on-1 going right to left, and the athleticism is great, but that play reading was an easy save. He turned, it looked like a highlight because he kind of lost his balance after he caught the puck, but like it was just a elite play reading. He was tracking the puck really well. And if that is the version of Jake Oettinger the Stars are getting every night, all of a sudden they're in a really, really good spot, guys.
I at the second period, I think it was, and it may have been that 4-on-3. I just wrote down he's been ahead of it tonight, and I don't know. Do you agree with that, Sean? I just felt like he was waiting on pucks. I mean, he read everything so well, and maybe it was a lack of things in front of him. But it was like pucks. I mean, things going from his left to his right to left. He was already there. It seemed like before the puck was even off the stick.
You know how we talk about Oettinger seems to really like it, like many goalies do, when they get some early shots, not necessarily highly contested ones, but ones that they can feel the puck. Sean, every goalie wants easy shots to get into the game. Well, Dallas really helped because Boldy had 3 scoring chances. Spurgeon and Rossi all had shots. None of them were high danger. Stars didn't have a shot on goal for the first 5 minutes again. That was an interesting strategy. But they gave him a bunch of pucks to deal with. And then Dallas started to get the create pressure. It all flipped with that Minnesota power play where Steele had the best chance on the shorthanded wrist shot. And then, boy, Mikko Rantanen almost had a breakaway, just couldn't quite get a handle on it. But I think Luddy's right. That 4-on-3, he stopped Marco Rossi, low left side, late in the first period, and then Zuccarello, Boldy, Zuccarello again to start the second period as that 4-on-3 carried over, and he just looked dialed in by then.
Yeah, I think Minnesota helped a little bit. I didn't see a lot of traffic in front of them.
Yep.
I don't think there was a lot of second and third chances, and you have to give some credit to the guys in front of Jake too, because there were some shots that there was nobody near there, but that didn't have to do so much with what Minnesota wasn't doing. It was more about what the defensemen in particular were doing. They were kind of parting the seas a little bit. I thought a little bit better than what we've seen in the past.
I thought Jake's depth was really good tonight too. You talk about kind of the play reading and being ahead of plays. I thought things tonight, there's times when Jake has struggled or gets lost, and you can go through and you want to nitpick and you're like, okay, I'd like to see him a little bit deeper here, or I'd like to see him arrive to this spot a little bit quicker here and there. Like, I thought his depth, I thought where he was, it wasn't just the play reading, it was also the amount of times where pucks would die on. I did not mean to do that thumbs up, honestly. It was the
John was ready for it.
It was I know, good job, John. There was a lot of rebound control tonight for Oettinger where he didn't create second or third opportunities, because I thought it was a combination of the play reading and how well he cushioned pucks that came into him. A lot of pucks deadened in his body. He got a lot of things with the glove. There was just very well done from a game management perspective in the things that aren't going to make highlight reels, but kept the game more boring around him, which is all you can really ask from a goalie most nights.
He did it on his own bobblehead night, which is a very fitting performance. That second period, it was 4-on-3. Then it was quickly turned from, I think it was briefly 4-on-4, then 5-on-4. So they had a little more power play time. Right after that power play ended is when Marco Rossi had the 2-on-1, gets the pass from Johansson. And like you said, Sean, in the end, it looked like Rossi kind of shot it into Ottinger's glove, but the preparation for him to get there, and then obviously he sort of has his legs out. It wasn't a full splits, but it looked really stunning live. On the replay, you could see it was pretty comfortable because of the athleticism to get there.
Oh yeah, he makes the save. He goes across fully. He's in the butterfly going right to left. Makes the save with the glove. He's in the butterfly there, and it's one of those where the puck's solidly in the glove, and at that point he just kind of lets his weight fall back and sit. So, but it made it look more dramatic and wonderful, and I'm sure that you'll see that one in intro videos and clips on the jumbotron at the AAC for weeks to come now. So.
We have a big Mikko Rantanen moment. He has a really good shot in the slot. Gustafsson makes the save. He's working the puck around. They play it back to the point. He sets up, and it was Lyubushkin's point shot, deflects and catches him what looked like right in the left cheek. And here we go again. Another Dallas Star, another puck to the face. Fortunately, he's able to return, and he returned, I think, at the next stoppage, and he came out with we're now calling it the Mason Marchment jaw protecting piece. So it's not a full shield, but you saw it in our thumbnail tonight. A visor, the bottom part. What's going on here, Luds? It's like the Stars are cursed.
Well, I was kind of wondering why we got all the bottom part. It hit him up here. I don't think he was cut at all. So I think the puck hit him flat. Because obviously he wasn't cut because he came out so quick, right? And so I think it scared him probably more than anything. But yeah, it was nice to see him put it on and come right back out. And I think that's great for the fans also.
Is that one of those things where because you got hit in the face like that, you have to think of
Well, you never
X-rays?
know, but you don't know.
Right?
Like when you get hit like that,
Sure.
you kind of grab where it is, and when you get hit with a shot like that, you're kind of grabbing and going, I just want to keep everything in place,
Right.
kind of.
I hope nothing's bleeding
Yeah,
and falling out.
anything's sticking out, or I got bones all over the place. I just want to kind of hold them all in here. But I think when he hopped up pretty quick and skated off the ice, and he was fine.
Well, you wonder if he had to get an X-ray to make sure that that was okay. You wonder if because he got hit in the head, if there's a concussion protocol there. Either way, good to see that he was back fairly quickly. Robertson, how about hitting the left post on a shot on a faceoff where he actually ripped a one-timer right in the slot. Later in the game, Duchene got kicked out of the circle. Robo won a draw and got a quick shot away. I thought that was kind of cool because we don't usually see that from him. So you never know when they can win one. But, Sean, the next big save for me, okay, I have one criticism and then the save. Mason Marchment steals the puck at his own blue line, creates a 2-on-1, and instead of shooting,
John, this is your cue.
forces a pass. Oh, I didn't even know you guys had this. This was just bothering me. Again, it's easy.
That's the key.
Okay, take us through this, Lutz, because in the press box, I was immediately upset when he didn't shoot.
No, this is the problem that we have, and that we were talking about leading up to that. They were looking for the pretty play so many times, and it's like get pucks to the net. And as John said, he stopped his feet literally 1 foot over the blue line and just started to coast where he would have created more of a problem for the defenseman. And then I'm thinking you got a couple different options here than what he actually did. I mean, you got the shot, the POP, puck off pad, any kind of rebound laying in here. But again, defenseman wise, plays it pretty good, as far as leaving him out here. And then all of a sudden you get that once a forwards, they stop their skates. The reason that they stop their skates or stop skating, I should say, generally, especially from the top of the circle down, they don't like where you are as a defenseman. They want you to come to them, and they want you to move and kind of open up a lane, And again, for the defenseman here, like I said, I played it pretty well, and it really turned into where you're going, oh, this is going to be an opportunity, into, oh, that's not very good opportunity.
I like what you said, puck off pad, that shooting low for the far
They
pad.
practice this all day long,
They
too.
do 2-on-1 rebounds
All
off
practice,
the
they
pad all
practice.
the time, right?
Yeah.
I don't play in the NHL, clearly. I play beer league. I always, when I have that chance and I try to force a pass or something, I always go, oh, I should have just shot it low far pad. When that situation occurs, for whatever reason, I don't practice it 4 or 5 days a week like these guys do, but it's sort of a late occurring thing in my brain. I go, oh, I probably should have, instead of trying to force that through a stick lane or through the triangle, put it on net, see if it kicks out to him.
That play kind of sums up the way they played the first period and a half, is they were overpassing so many times, and there really was no place to go. But again, I just think it's the way that they are. It's in their head that they want to play. Oh boy.
Is this from Travis Curry?
It is.
I think it is, because look at that.
John, how did you do all that? Obviously you did that, because I don't think I was sitting in front of that board.
No, this was Travis on Twitter. Did this.
Oh, Travis did this.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
When I first looked at it, I'm like,
we
that guy kind of looks
photographed
like
this during the
me.
intermission.
By the way,
remember?
Travis is
Not Travis.
diehard Allie's brother.
Oh, okay. So it's not
it
Travis
runs in the
Scott.
family.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not
Okay.
Travis Scott. That
Okay.
would be quite
I was
something
gonna-
if we
I
had
thought
Travis
was gonna
Scott.
have
a
some
celebrity
tickets.
doing
Yeah.
memes for our show.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Well, I see
Travis
Scott down there, and you're saying Travis. So
Oh yeah, we forgot that Lutz hasn't watched The Office, so he has no idea.
Well,
what this
yeah,
is.
Wasn't that the first sin bin? He went over his head the Office reference?
Yeah, I don't remember what the reference was.
What,
I don't
hey,
either.
John, are we not talking about I knew how to respond back to Travis, though? I did reciprocate.
You're looking for points for knowing how to tweet right now?
Yeah, I am.
Sure,
I
you can
found
have
out how to tweet him back or reply, whatever you call it.
Okay.
All right. I just
Sean, do you remember the double save Oettinger made in the second period on Frederick Gaudreau, a little one-timer mid-slot, and then Zuccarello rebound right at the right post? I wrote that down.
Yeah.
I thought the save on Zuccarello was the tougher one because he had to reset his net and get over there and make that save. But I marked that down as one of the better ones Oettinger made in the game.
Yeah, that's another one where we kind of talked about the kind of depth control there, where when he is out of his depth, and I'm using that term on purpose here, when he's out of his depth recently, there's been times where he's lost that second one and he's gotten beat. And there's kind of understanding the play and how to read a shot and when to come out and approach and everything like that and get back. Like that's a good example right there, Owen, of that depth control I talked about. And those are the things, if you can see Jake Oettinger doing that all the time, and that's the thing that I'm sure they're going to try to talk and bottle this up. Okay, how do we bottle this up and make this the norm going forward? They will be in a really, really good spot, especially since that area around the post, and there's been some flaws lately. There's been times where Oettinger's looks a little sloppy or off his mark there. There's been a bit, sometimes he's gone to the overlap on the pad instead of the RVH a couple times, and it's been a bad decision. Like, just overall, the post play was really good tonight, and that wasn't a pure typical out of the corner post play, but what you do and how you adapt to everything kind of all leads into that. So I know I used a bunch of goalie mumbo jumbo there right now, but it sounded really good to anyone who was listening, I hope. So.
No, that's why we ask you questions about goaltending, because we want you to elevate the conversation. Even if Luds tunes out. No, he's listening to you, I promise.
I was not listening. I honestly was not. I was practicing my read.
Well, it's time for that. 0-0 at this point. Let's talk about some goals and some more great saves next here on the DLS Dallas Stars postgame show.
I was listening. I heard that.
Yes.
I'm on.
It's time.
Started by two college buddies, Saturday Neon makes officially licensed collegiate logo LED neon signs perfect for your home, office, dorm room, John's fan cave, or bar. Check out their new Essentials collection featuring almost 50 of the biggest schools across the country and counting for only $75. And their Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State signs. Unlike traditional neons, these LED signs won't break or shatter. LEDs last up to 100,000 hours, so you'll enjoy your sign for years to come. Low voltage and easy to install using the provided hardware or with 3M command strips. Head over to SaturdayNeon.com and use code DLLS for 10% off your favorite signs.
All right, let's talk about Ownwell. Ownwell believes that when it comes to paying property tax, you should only pay what's fair. I kind of agree. Actually, I do agree. You can sign up in under 3 minutes, and their team of local experts and cutting-edge technology can start saving you money with no upfront costs. I don't know if you've been driving in Dallas on the Dallas North Tollway today, but I was on my way to the game this afternoon, to our pregame show, and I saw a brand new, I don't know if it was today, but a brand new Ownwell billboard headed on the southbound side. So check it out. You might find it as well. Put property tax money back in your pocket in just minutes. Ownwell handles everything from start to finish and delivers top results, no upfront costs. You only pay if you save. 86% of Ownwell's customers receive a reduction with average customer savings of $1,102. Hundreds of thousands of happy customers and 5-star reviews. The deadline to protest is May 15th for most counties. Save money on your property taxes with Ownwell. Sign up in less than 3 minutes and start your protest today at ownwell.com/DLLS. That's OWNWELL.com/DLLS. All right, so it was a 0-0 score when we paused our discussion, and then in 58 seconds, the Stars scored twice. First, it was a Wyatt Johnston power play goal, followed by a Matt Duchene even strength tally, and the Stars, two of their leading goal scorers, neither one, but two of the guys that could get to 30, I think. Wyatt gets his 26th on a tip-in, and Duchene gets his 27th on a shot from the right side. Thoughts about either one of those?
We can show you.
Show us.
But all thanks to Rope Hintz and Jamie Benn. And again, just get pucks to the net, and it starts with Thomas Harley. And we've seen this time and time again now. Harley, he's never met a shot that he hasn't liked to take and gets rewarded here. And Again, nice tip by Wyatt, right? He's out here, but look where Rupe is. And look at the goaltender. This is a perfect spot to be able to look at this, trying to look over the top of Hintz, and then ultimately Hintz takes his eyes away, and it's just that tougher save. And then on the same thing, it was the other one was Jamie Benn. Jamie Benn, once this puck comes off, he's in the corner, but he makes a beeline right to the front of the net. And Matt Duchene recognizes that, just gets the puck up. It doesn't seem like it's a dangerous shot. I've always wondered on these, and there's an angle from the back that we saw in a replay. I'm like, I wonder if he actually tried to put it between the defenseman's legs and hit that far side, or is he just trying to get it up there because he knows Jamie's taking his eyes away? And again, you can see a goaltender. Jamie's where he's supposed to be. Now, not only one, but now the defenseman also. And then he's got to look over his left side, and Duchene ultimately goes back over Gustafson's right side.
And so with that, by the way, both of the guys doing screens got secondary assists from touching the puck earlier in the sequence. So they get rewarded for that. You don't always see that with the guy in net front. Sometimes they don't get credit for it because they're part of the play but don't actually make contact with the puck.
Yeah, but they don't care about that, right?
Right.
Yeah, I call BS on that. They want that.
Well, Johnston gets the power play goal. And at 15:59, Duchene gets the even strength tally. Granlund and Harley with the assists, the primaries on each. Hintz and Benn, the secondaries. Stars go from 0-0 to 2-0. And Sean, frankly, it was just whether or not Minnesota could survive the second period, because after that, Dallas gets another power play, and Rantanen and Harley did everything but score. Rantanen hit the crossbar and the left post, and in between that, Harley hit the left post from the slot. I honestly, if this power play is a full 2 minutes and not divided between two periods, I don't think Minnesota escapes.
Yeah, and I thought the puck retrievals were really good tonight. I thought that's one of the things, like we talked about not making too much of the pretty play and all of that stuff. But I thought on the power play tonight and in general, I thought the Stars did a really good job of taking that extra effort to go and dig the puck back. And I think we should just highlight that, because like we go and we talk about how Mason Marchment stopped skating on the 2-on-1 before, and that's an example of that. But throughout the game in the offensive zone, the Stars were winning those battles. They were taking those extra strides to get to the puck. And that to me is just a big kind of like building block for the power play. It allows them to have more of this shooting mentality on the power play, because if you're going to keep winning it back and frustrating the opponent, you can keep firing that way, and it can be it can be as effective as it was. And so, yeah, you're right, Owen. I think they probably score there. If they don't get the break built around the period, you probably get a goal there on that power play with the buildup.
They still had some chances to start the third period, including Mason Marchment hitting the left post. So that's 4 parts of the frame of the goal hit on that one power play divided by the intermission. And then another save by Jake Oettinger, and a big one. Ryan Hartman on a cross-ice pass from the left. It's a diagonal pass from the right point to the left circle. Oettinger gets over, makes that save, and then he also kicks out, it kind of flares his right pad to deny Vinny Hinostroza of a rebound. Sean, it's an impressive athletic move, but I thought the first save on Hartman was probably the tougher one.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it's a play reading thing, right? Like he does a really good job reading the play. He does a really good job staying with it. The second save with the right pad that's one where you can get lost a bit, but it goes back to I'd be curious if sometime over the past couple games, or if there was any time where Jake and Stars goalie coach Jeffries took time to just sit and kind of watch plays develop, right? Because I don't think tonight's goaltending performance, there's a technical goaltending excellence to it, right? The save selection and what you do here and there, but he just keep coming back to the theme of he was ahead of the play and he saw how things were developing. And I would be curious if maybe him and Jeffries went over a video of just watching the play develop and not saying, hey, here's what you need to do here, here's what you need to do there. Just sit and watch plays develop. And I'd be curious to someone should probably ask Jake that if maybe there's anything they worked on with that, or if they didn't, what was different? Because he had more of a hockey brain tonight. I'll say it that way. Like, as a goaltender, you're a goalie, but you also have to be a hockey player. You have to understand the game in front of you. You have to understand where it's going. You have to understand what your teammates are doing. And that's what Jake was tonight. And like, really, I can't say it enough. Like, this is the version of Jake Oettinger the Stars need, and credit to him after what we've seen the last 3 to 4 starts.
Could be as simple as he just gets up to play the Minnesota Wild.
I hope not.
No,
I hope not.
I think he was afraid of Casey DeSmith taking his job.
Yes.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah.
Because he does. Look, he's 7-0-2 in his career now, regular season against the Wild. He says that playing at XL Energy Center is his number one because that's his home state. It's a big deal. This was not in Minnesota, of course.
No.
But I agree with you, Sean. I know what you're saying. You hope that does. It's not that does it, but maybe it didn't hurt because he clearly has a lot of pride and he knows his whole family's watching a game like this.
It doesn't hurt, but when a goalie, when you have an opponent, Luds, you know this as a player, when you're playing an opponent that you're really excited to play against, it tends to lead to a lot of like a lot of jittery energy that can be used positively. And I have a hard time opponent wise and all of that. This was a calmer, better play reading Jake Oettinger, and I don't think that's something that comes from the opponent. I think I just want to give him more credit than that. I think there's I legitimately think this is something I want to give him more credit than thinking it was just because they were playing the Minnesota Wild. Now, if he looks terrible on 2 nights from now against the Oilers, and okay, then maybe we can go back to that discussion, but I hope that's not the case.
I agree. I think Jake is real with himself. He knows that he can be better than. It's not because he's listening to our show. It's because he knows he can be better on some of those goals that were getting past him. And I think he looks at the schedule. He sees the calendar. I've got 12, 9, whatever games it's going to be. Now is when I got to get dialed in. And I think it's as simple as that. And yeah, I guess, Sean, we'll find out if it had something to do with this opponent. But I don't know. I want to give him more credit than that and just say he sees the time of the year it is.
Sean, there was one other high danger save that I marked down tonight, and it was in the third period, and it belonged to Matt Boldy, and he had a tip play in the slot where Oettinger was going to his right, and he had to rearrange to his left with his shoulder to make the save. And I was curious because I thought that was, a lot of times a redirection, a goalie makes a save, okay, he's in a good spot. This one looked like he actively changed his position to make a save and had to do so not with the chest and not with the glove, but he had to use the shoulder. How hard is that for a goalie to make that save?
That's one of the hardest adjustments to make as a goalie with when you're effectively, so much of goaltending is you're basically connecting your hand and your body, your upper body and lower body together. You're moving the glove and blocker as a unit. When you're going up and down, you're effectively got to swivel at your waist and your hips. And so there's so much of that staying square, right? You want to keep this part of your body right here. And for those on the audio platform, I'm pointing right to the center of my chest. You're trying to keep that square on the puck. So when all of a sudden you get to the spot where that deflection happens and you effectively have to start moving your center line and you're not using the arms, which are the easiest thing to move. It's obviously any human can go and try and move their arms. Is the easiest thing. Having to do this and having to the last second, like completely changing your body direction and everything like that, that's not easy. And it's something too, just with the timing and it's not even a millisecond, right? Like you get someone once did the math on it. Like from that range, you're getting 0.000 something second reaction time. And that is an impressive save. It's also a goalie understanding the percentages too, and being in the right spot. And so that's where that play reading comes back into play. Because he's in a good position with his feet, his body can be all over the place. So it's a good call out there, Owen.
The Stars added an extra goal, an empty netter, kind of sealed it. There were a bunch of chances, but none of them were super difficult. Again, Oettinger looked like he wasn't going to let anything in, and he didn't. But big save late in the game. They get the 6-on-5. It seemed like Minnesota waited too long, down 2 goals to get. And maybe that was because Dallas wouldn't give them the circumstance to do that, to get Gustafsson off the ice to be able to go 6-on-5. But Luds, we've heard lots of theories. Your old teammate Patrick Waugh loves to be super aggressive. Sometimes
there's 7 minutes to go in the second period, he'll pull a goalie.
But in this case, I almost felt like John Hyams waited too long.
Yeah, I don't know how you get a feel for
Maybe
that.
it wouldn't matter. Maybe it would. And by the way, I was looking at the chat and listening to Sean, and I couldn't help but laugh because Ronnie was commenting and complimenting Luds on his I saved no ladies for anyone shirt tonight. So he said, your shirt really does a number. And then Teddy writes, I had a dream about Ludwig.
Oh, Teddy.
Jeez.
And Ronnie goes,
geez.
was he wearing the shirt? And then
Gonna finish
Dustin
his chicks.
said, he's shirtless. And that, of course, that was not Teddy. So Teddy hasn't responded yet. So
Well, please don't.
here you go, Luds. This is what you do to the chat.
Is it time for a break?
It is, in fact. It's time for us to get to the super chats, of which we have quite a few, and we'll do that next here on DLS. But first, we're going to hear from Sean.
The best fantasy league platform out there, and put your ball knowledge or puck knowledge to the test by picking whether your favorite or least favorite player will have more or less than their projected stats each week. There was some pregame picks tonight that John made, and we'll talk about those in a second. And with Sleeper, the more picks you combine, the more you can win, all the way up to 100 times your money. Sleeper keeps you in the loop with instant alerts for breaking news and major injuries. Stay ahead of the game and keep track of league updates in real time, so you're always informed and ready to outsmart your friends. If you think you have what it takes, new users can download the Sleeper app and use the code DLLSstars to get $55 in free entries when you place a $5 contest. Apply to any contest. Doesn't have to be your first. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. John, how'd those picks go?
Another tragic defeat, but not as tragic as prior defeats. Esa Lindell, less than 2.5 block shots. That ended up working out for us. It was the Robo power play points was the one that did not work.
He had Matt Boldy's shots, just one short of a winner. All right, let's talk about Shady Rays. You can get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. I like the aviators that I have. They're in my computer bag over there, so I'm not going to run off in the middle of the spot. They're very comfortable. They're polarized, so they reduce the glare when you're driving or any other of those surfaces where let's get into some physics, the light rays reflect and line up in the same orientation. But they're also, you can get the tangle-free ones. If you have long flowing locks like Senor Ludwig over here, it won't get tangled if you throw them on top of your head. It's really remarkable. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Head to shadyrays.com. Use the code DLLS for 35% off all polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. All right. We were told that there were already 7 super chats in the queue before we hit go on the postgame show. So we have super chats galore. We've got fireworks all over the place in Detroit or suburban Detroit. And we have more coming in during the course of the game. It's a party. Let's get it started.
Bing bang.
We are up to, I think you just said this, 13 now. So.
13 super chats.
Wow.
This is probably going to carry over into the 4th segment, but that's okay. Let's start with Spalding Smales. How about that? That is a great Caddyshack reference. You've seen Caddyshack, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, now we know the era that he might have seen the movie. So this one is an Oscar Beck in the year after the Cup. I want a hamburger, no cheeseburger. I want a hot dog. I want a milkshake. I want Stars fans to appreciate how great Matt Duchene has been in the victory green sweater this season.
Agreed.
On all of them?
I don't see beer on there.
No.
Okay.
You like milkshakes?
I do.
I need a Miller
no,
Lite.
I'm not a milkshake. I'm a malt.
Yeah, you like the malts?
I'm the malt guy. Yeah.
I haven't had a malt in years. You?
It's been a long time.
Been a little while.
Yeah.
I might get one on my way home now.
There you go. Yeah, you have to report back.
And a couple of fried tacos or whatever they're called, deep fried tacos.
Maybe an egg roll or two.
Jack, I'll be there soon.
To me, the Matt Duchene comment is really appropriate because on a night or an afternoon where I didn't think a lot of the Stars' big guns were very good, I thought Matt Duchene was really good. This guy is pushing Mikko Rantanen for the most points on the Stars. Now, he has the most points of any Dallas Stars player this year, but Mikko, of course, had a ton of points before he got here. So I just think that he's been super consistent. I know he was, and we've said this a bunch of times on the show, Sean, he really was upset with his performance to the end of last season and going into the playoffs. I think based on where he's at, where his season's been, the things that he's worked on to be more comfortable for playoff hockey here, I'm expecting, and I don't want to put any undue pressure on him, I think he's going to have a much better playoff this time around.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to him a couple weeks back, or however long that was ago, about how he dealt with a lot of the emotional baggage and fallout from getting bought up by the Predators at this time last year. For whatever rhyme or reason, it really impacted his play at the near the end of last regular season, into the playoffs last year. Him and Misha Donskov, the Stars assistant coach, actually had quite a few chats about it, including one literally before he scored the overtime winning goal that knocked out the Avalanche. So Duchene is someone who he's easy to root for his story this year, especially with how much for us to see someone who's so open about their mental health and willing to talk about the human side of it. So I think the super chat was to appreciate what he's done, and I appreciate his play, but I also appreciate the level of, he deals with a lot of things and he's dealt with it and he's been willing to talk about it openly and publicly. And I think that's a big thing. And we've been Lud's old buddy who wrote a pretty good book. I think you saw him today. We've talked about that quite a bit with kind of players talking about the human side of it. So I want to give that shout out to Matt Duchene as well, because the play on the ice has been tremendous and the human has been great. And it's been a great story to watch and root for this year.
I can't think of another player that I would say this about, and fourth line guys excluded. I don't think Matt Duchene has taken a night off this year. If I think back, and you can go and he wasn't quite that good. He just kind of went through the motions, things like that. Fourth line guys are always working hard. And again, there might be the odd time. I think they just know that they have to. But when it comes to top 9 players on this team, I can't remember a time that I would have gone, and I would right now, I'd go, no, that's okay, because I just think he gives you and he gives the team everything he has on every shift, even times in coverage when it's not like when you're tracking back, and you'll see some guys, and we've pointed it out throughout the course of the year, well, they'll just stop their feet. I don't ever see that from Duchene. He may read a play wrong, but he will go as hard and all the way back as he can.
I'm laughing because you're complete. You guys are both right, and I appreciate both the mental health part of it and I think he has an insatiable desire.
Is that a shot at me?
No.
Oh.
No, I said I think Duchene.
Mental health, I get a little.
No, it's okay. It's a good thing. I think Duchene has sort of this insatiable appetite to get better and to try to be perfect
and win. He's motivated by
dying to win now.
He's motivated by winning.
I was laughing, though, at the end of our discussion because Steady Rhythm said Caddyshack seems like a Luds kind of movie. And then Jordan, Talk Hockey With Me, goes, Luds, quote, I need a malt and a taco. That made me laugh. I said it in the I need a Miller Lite drop, too.
Jack don't have malt, though. That's the only downside.
So, I need a Miller Lite.
All right, let's keep going here because we did a lot on the first one. We got at least 12 or 13 more to go. T. Farmer with a little Madonna 99 cup here. I feel like the forwards hurt us tonight. That first period was rough. Jake was an absolute beast, and all the haters can fly a kite. It's lockdown Jake time. You said it's not all of it, but it's a great way to start.
What did they hear? What are you speaking of?
Well, we were talking about how they weren't very good in the last few games.
Well, they weren't throwing pucks to the net.
Yeah.
They were overpassing. That's what I felt. I felt like good Lord, like throw something to the net. And, eventually they did. And I'm hoping that's what T. Farmer means.
Let's go to the next one.
Bing bang.
I Love Misty 1985 with an Oettinger and a Ludwig. Hell of an effort by Otter. Hoping to see more. Also, can't wait to see Luds and Owen at Cosm on Wednesday for the game versus Edmonton. Without Sands, McDavid, and Draisaitl. That's an interesting point. Where fellow diehards can flog me with soap for my doubts. Sad Sam has to miss out. Yes.
Did you see Crosby the night he got hurt by any chance?
Mm-mm.
I was watching that game, and they say he's out for a week. When he was in stride and he stopped and he took his right hand and he put it on his hip.
Uh-oh.
I thought of hip flexor.
Yeah.
I thought of groin. That's what I thought. And then he just kind of skated off the ice, and the trainer came down and he just kind of shook his head and he was saying something, and that's been it. So, that's too bad for them, but for the rest of the league, I don't know if that's what it is, but if that's what it is at this time of the year.
So
It's hard to come
He
back.
mentions McDavid and Draisaitl both out. I mean, we've seen other teams deal with injury. Minnesota's been riddled with them. The Stars have been dealing with major injuries to Heiskanen, to obviously Tyler Seguin, and then some facial things with Marchment and more recently Hintz and Rantanen and Dumba before that. Is this catching up to the Oilers right now? Or?
Yeah, well, I would ask Sean this. I can't think of another team that leans on two players as much as the Edmonton Oilers. I can't think of another team that, and even if you want to go to Colorado and talk about McKinnon and McCarr, they've got some depth through that lineup there. Val,
especially after the trade deadline too.
Yeah, I don't know if I can think of another team that when one of those guys is out, it's an issue for them. But when two of those two guys are out, that's a big hill to overcome.
I would say as far as position players, 100%. Like there's the only other injury in the league to me that would be as derailing is if the goalie in Winnipeg got hurt, because obviously there's now from a skater spot. Yeah, I don't think there's any team that relies as much on two guys. Now, if Winnipeg was to deal with an injury to Hellebuck, all of a sudden there's that to me is the biggest linchpin that could just fall out with an injury in the league right now. But
I guess the team that they played tonight, Sean, we could throw in Kaprizov, right? I mean, he's
big time. They're a completely different team, especially with how well he was playing earlier this year.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Bing bang.
We have Stars 25 Cup year, a DeSmith and 99 Phenomenator. Spelled wrong, but still, he was phenomenal.
How do you spell that right? How do you know how to spell it when it's not even a word?
Because
who's to say it's wrong?
Because it's the commercial. I can show you.
Oh, there's a commercial now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, not now. It came out last year.
Is this another cartoon or soming like that?
It is actually.
Well, then
a
how
cartoon.
do you know that's actually a word?
Because
a cartoon has it.
They made it up. And
is it in the dictionary?
Well, they're the ones that created it.
I'm just asking. Look, is it in the dictionary?
Phenomenator, MEN, not MIN.
Okay, so I'm just.
What is? I'm looking at the little I'm looking at the icon too. It's the.
Oh, that is it almost looks like an AI version of an otter.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't. It's too small for me to get a good.
Yeah, you need a bigger monitor, but either way.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's go to the next one.
Bing bang.
And by the way, several people in the chat know how to spell Phenomenator, and it's not John. Michael Moore with a DeSmith and a 99 Cup year. Dear Jake Otter, we all apologize. Signed DLS chat. The chat.
What, were they all over him tonight?
Oh, yeah. Not tonight. No.
Oh, yeah.
Before.
Well, yeah, but that comes with territory. I mean, if you're not playing up to your hype and your contract and just as good as we know he is, that's,
Hey, John, can you flash that? Travis?
No, I cannot flash.
Okay, would you put
HR?
Hold on,
Yeah,
we're trying to do something right. Let's put the the Travis Curry made Office image back up, because I just saw Travis posting the Terminator in the chat, so I just wanted him to see that we, yes, indeed, did use his image on our show tonight. Okay, thank you. We can keep going. We'll go to the next one.
Oh, I have to hit like 3 buttons now to do that.
I know. Well, thank you for doing that. I'm sure he appreciated it.
Bing bang.
Michael Moore with his second one, a Madonna and 99 Cup year. Have to think the Jets are feeling some pressure. Stars 6 back, and the Jets have 6 tough playoff teams to play. Maybe our luck is turning at the right time. The luck isn't the Stars' results, because Dallas is now, in their last 38 games, 26-8-4, which is .750 hockey. So they've been playing, with some little stuff lately, extremely consistent. This is all about whether the Jets will ease off their pace at all.
I was thinking of this today, just looking at it, and they've got 10 games, I think, left, or 11, something like that. The Jets,
11.
I'm not sure, 11. I was thinking, what if they just win 6 of them, and you give them another 12 points? Now that
What are they at, 100
or 101?
I have to look at
They're
it.
at 100. They're at 100 right now. So
right, dead on. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if they go 500, they get to 112 points. What is that? And again, by the time they win them, what does Dallas have left?
Stars are at 94. They have 12 games left.
That's what I'm saying. They win 3 games. I don't know.
You think that Winnipeg's going to win 3 of their last 11 games?
No, I'm saying if they only won 3.
If Winnipeg,
just give them 6 more points.
Right.
I think they're going to win half of their games.
So
yeah.
I mean,
6 points is a lot this time of year.
Yeah,
like,
that's my point.
Yeah.
Points
No,
is-
you're right. You're absolutely right. That they do have one game in hand, and they do play them one more time in Dallas.
Yeah.
So if you made up the game in hand and beat them, now it's 2 points. But let's face it, the Jets are a really good team, and like I still think that the odds are slim, but it's not impossible.
They should have won yesterday too. And
How about that? Was that Buffalo? They did them a favor?
Unfortunately, I was watching that game too. I was doing a lot of watching outside, and Comrie brutal.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah, he wasn't good.
Well, they can't play Hellebuck every night, or can they?
Well, you would think if they're gonna. Well, again, I don't know if Buffalo. I mean, Buffalo's shocked a few teams this year every once in a while.
So, Sean, 11 games left for the Jets. That's a possible 22 points. Like you said, if they get half, they get 11.
Yeah.
That's 111. And that would be 17 points Dallas would have to do to tie that over their final 12 games. 17 of 24. Possible, but that's assuming Winnipeg only goes 500. So, there you go. Little math for you guys. All right, let's go to the next one.
Bing bang.
Dustin with a Modano and Oettinger. Attention, Dallas Stars marketing. Do a bobblehead giveaway Wednesday night in Edmonton. Luds will pay for shipping. Not so much because they want a bobbleheads, but because they want that performance again. Do you know that I was hearing reports when I walked into the media after our pregame show, walked into the media entrance, I was told that people were waiting in line. A couple of people were actually may have passed out waiting before the doors even opened today. It was warm. It wasn't hot, but it was, it was 80 degrees probably, waiting for the doors open so they could get that Jake Oettinger bobblehead. They didn't want to miss out.
Really?
Like, it was a hot commodity today. There were a couple of
figuratively.
Yeah, no pun intended. Yeah, thank you.
Was it a nice bobblehead? Like, because
I didn't even get one. Usually I'm able to get one of those. I did not today.
Yeah.
You were in line?
No, but ordinarily when I don't work for the team anymore. They usually set one aside for me. Not anymore.
So you wanted an otter.
I usually bring them to the kids. Yeah.
Did they not bring them to the press box anymore, Owen?
They have previously, and they brought a few Luds of the Razor.
I have 14 bobbleheads of Razor.
They brought a few of those upstairs.
Suffice.
But they did not bring any Ottingers up. I left at the second intermission and they didn't have any. So we'll see. Boy, these are still flying in. So let's keep going after this. Let's talk about becoming a diehard. Use the QR code below Sean. Scan that. That'll take you right to our website, alldls.com, and you can sign up to be a diehard today. One of the great things about being a diehard is you get 20% off events. Well, we have 2 events coming up, one of which is already sold out. That's Cosm. That's Wednesday night. It's our first watch-along party at Cosm. It's in Grandscape at the Colony in just northwest of here, technically.
I have a question.
Yes.
A Texas question.
Go ahead.
Is the town called The Colony?
It is
That's
the
like
Colony.
name of the town?
Yes.
All right.
Sean used to actually have a house there.
I'll look into that on my own time.
That is where my house was. It was in the Colony. That is the actual name of the town. So my license at the time said The Colony. So,
yeah, it actually is in the name of the town.
Was your house on the street in the neighborhood?
It's actually off of Main Street.
It was off of Main Street.
The Main Street.
Well, there's 2 names. It's actually Main and Main. I used to live just north there. One of my kids lived in the Colony. You go up a little north, and that's Main and Main, right by Bank of America.
I think Sean probably knows that since his house was right there.
No, I don't know. He maybe would.
The New England mind cannot comprehend this.
Well, anyway,
give him the mind emoji.
Oh, the mind blow.
That one.
Yeah. Because you sign up to be a diehard, you get 20% off events. In addition to Cosm, we are having our first ever Lone Star Open, which is the DLS first ever golf tournament. It's a scramble format. It's at Stevens Park. It's coming up on April 25th, and there are a ton of reasons why you should sign up. Well, first and foremost, the DLS hosts will be there. I don't know why you guys are laughing. Is it because of the emoji? It definitely is.
Because I had too much crap on the screen when I put that up and Lud's lost.
I think I was back there.
Which, by the way, last week when Hooters dumpster was on fire, Lud's ran over, hit buttons. We had like 5 things on top of each other.
I got the moose up there,
You
though.
did.
By the way, KG produced part of the Mavs watch along tonight and managed to not mess it up. So
Okay, well, he didn't probably
There you
hit
go,
as many
Lutz.
buttons as Les.
He may have done it before too. Like
he's never done it before.
Lone Star Open at Stevens Park. You can sign up as an individual, a foursome. You can play with your favorite DLS host or even sponsor a hole. And the entry fee includes continental breakfast, 18 holes with a cart, contests on the golf course, limited edition DLS golf gift pack, great giveaways and raffle prizes, and a grilled buffet lunch after the round. DLS diehard members can use the code DLLS Diehard Golf for your discount, and it's available right on our website. So go do that today. Plenty of groups still available, but they are going, including sold out is the foursome with DLS Stars host me. Somebody purchased that. So there you go. 3 people. I'm their 4th. Let's scramble it up. Have a good time. Range balls before. You can get warmed up and everything. All right. So we have tons more Super Chats. Let's keep going until they're gone.
Bing bang.
The Stars win 3-0 over the Wild. Jordan, talk hockey with me. Tonight felt like Dallas Stars hockey. Go Stars. Was it, at what point in the game do you think it started to feel like Dallas Stars hockey?
third period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entire game was done.
Well, the thing is like we've seen that be Dallas Stars hockey, and I think that the Wild had some better structure right in front of their net, and Dallas was still trying to force things through that 4-man, 5-man, unit that they had in front of their net. So that's why we were all kind of saying, Jesus, shoot the puck. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think that was – Jake had a great game. I don't know if I would say that that was a great game for Dallas tonight. I mean, you got the win and everything, but I don't know. I think that team – there's no way that Dallas should be giving up shots were 7-0, and they had 12 shots halfway through the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
picked it up toward the end a little bit, but no, it's not quite there.
It is an element of Dallas Stars hockey. They've started games slow for a decade and a half, so I think it actually was Dallas Stars hockey for a bit in the first period. That's how they play in the first period a lot of the times. So and then they recovered from it and all that. But yeah, good Dallas Stars hockey came out. So
GM Ben jumped in and said, "Foursome with Luds?" ? So he's talking about getting you in the golf tournament with
Who?
You.
Who?
Ben, our general manager. Did you forget him because he's been gone for a week on vacation? See, look right there. Right there. Foursome with Luds?
Oh, boy. Ben ain't going to make it all 18.
Well, he's probably not going to be on there. He said he's going to be in support staff because I believe.
Oh, well, I thought you said he was saying that.
You. Like a foursome with you, like 3
That's
people
what I'm saying.
and you. Yeah.
Ben won't make it.
No chance. No.
No, he won't get past the 5th hole.
Well, we've got Ben and Sam both saying that they're horrible at golf, which means that, Sean, you are at least the 3rd worst golfer at DLS. Maybe better than that, but at least those two are decidedly worse.
Do we have a show that day, too?
I have no idea. That's a month from now.
Do we have a show that day? That might be you want to tune in show.
I think that's the first round of the playoffs, right?
We don't know if that.
What's the date on it again?
It's April 25th.
Yeah, I don't pay attention.
Yes.
April 25th.
It's a month from now.
Oh, well,
it'll be playoff time.
Playoffs would already started.
Yes.
We don't know if we have a game.
We don't know.
Okay.
Might even be an Edmonton game. So anyway,
Bing bang.
no, not Edmonton. Sorry, a Colorado game. I'm
probably be in Colorado.
Flashback to Cosm earlier. All right, let's go to the next one. Whoa, how about that? 49. Is that a Ritzkovian?
Nice.
No. Who's 49?
Rhett Gardner, I believe, was the last one to wear 49.
I thought he wore 51, but was he 49? You might be right. That's a good call.
I believe Rhett Gardner was the last one.
Okay, so a Rhett Gardner and 99 cup here. Either way, thank you, Michael. By the way, John, that is his hat trick tweet. Or
I know, but when I
chat.
put my camera up, it's going to cut it off.
Okay.
So I'll wait till
Okay. Question. Lian, it's not Liam, it's Lian with an N. Tonight only had 2 hits. It seemed from my seat in the house as if he were really focused on moving the puck quickly, playing his man, and clearing the vision lines for Oettinger. Did you see a different game tonight from him?
Yeah, I don't think he was running around looking for hits. They came to him, he finished them. But I thought he did a good job, a better job.
I was not ready for that one, even though I called for it.
I thought he did a better job. Is that a hat trick or something?
That was for Michael's hat trick, yes.
Would you like it on your head?
Oh, I think he ducked trying to catch it.
It would have
catch
stuck
it on
right
my
to
head.
that little pinhead, right? He just wouldn't have moved.
The accuracy of that throw from Luds was dead on.
That's a skilled horseshoes in one hand, beer in the other player right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do think that as a group they did a better job sealing people out from in front of Jake. But Leon was, yes, definitely better, and he wasn't running around looking for hits. I think it was more positional for him, which is where I think they'd want him.
Sean, according to Hockey Reference, 3 players have worn 49 for the Dallas Stars. Justin Ritzkovian, 49. John Sim was first. Yeah. Rhett Gardner was second. And Justin Ritzkovian is third. You guys, we all got one. How about that? That was a team effort. All right, let's go to the next one.
Bing bang.
Chlorotis. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that right.
I would stay away from that one.
Hey,
Wyatt, STD.
That is, it could be. Make sure you get your flu shot. It is the Lundqvist and Ludwig. I like that. That's a good combo. Stone Cold Steve Austin voice. So you have to growl a bit, right? I don't know if I do a good Stone Cold. You talk about your Bible. That's not me. I'm not even trying. You talk about your Bible and your John 3:16, Otter 3:16. By the way, if Stone Cold says it, he's not going to say John 3:16. He's going to say Austin 3:16. Am I right? Otter 3:16 says he just blocked all your shots. I like it. Let's go to the next one.
Bing bang.
Ardell with a Ludwig. Oh, Dumba Luds. Dumba played motivated tonight. What do you think?
Well, I was actually kind of surprised that he didn't start. I was looking for that.
Oh, against the Wild?
Because they always kind of start against your team.
That's a big deal for Pete.
Yeah. No, I listen, I think Matt Dumba's been way better than what we've seen him in the beginning. I think his game is kind of toned down a little bit and trying to do the simple things.
We have someone in the chat from Bremen, Germany that just said greetings. How about that? So hello to Germany. Let's go to the next one.
I got to put the Germany.
Oh, there you go. See? Greetings from Bremen, Germany.
Maybe
whenever
they can.
Sean, whenever I think of Bremen, I think of Werder Bremen, the club.
I would love for them to tell me actually how to pronounce Arno Tiefenye's name, the Stars goalie prospect playing in German, because I know playing in Germany who's German, because I have no idea how to pronounce it properly. So if you're listening and you can tell me exactly how to pronounce it, please tell me.
I'd like to know if he's ever been at Ludwig Castle too. It was over in Landsberg.
Were you?
Let's just bring him on the show right now. We have so many questions.
There's got to be ancestry that was Ludwig.
On both sides of my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Love it. Let's go to the next one.
I'm gonna Google Ludwig Castle while you guys do the show.
I would love to see that. Christian with a Madonna 99 Cup year. I'm just a simple E-League player. Shout out Richardson Puppers.
So was Owen.
We're in the final this weekend. Come sub for us, Owen. Why did Blackwell not get a penalty shot on the breakaway? He was clear on goal. Thoughts?
Because he got the shot away.
He got the shot away.
Yep.
Yeah, he got the shot away.
They called it right by the rule. I don't like the rule. I think you should get the penalty shot, but they called it right by the rule. He got the shot away, so it's not a penalty shot. But I disagree with the rule. I'd like to see that still be a penalty shot, but that's a rule rewriting as opposed to them calling it.
Hey, Sean, I think the smart players don't get a shot away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On purpose.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to fight through it and try to score. I got a also.
Well, wait a second. That came out wrong. I'm not trying to say he's not smart. Now that I think about it, that's not what I'm trying to say. I just want to get out.
You heard it here first. Craig Ludwig says Colin Blackwell not smart.
No, that's not what I meant.
That went over my head for a minute. Now I got it. You're gonna have to apologize to Colin later.
That's not what I meant.
By the way, we have a fan from Querétaro, Mexico. Vamos Stars desde Mexico or Mexico. So thanks for tuning in from Mexico. And thank you to all of our fans watching on our television platforms. Make sure to like and subscribe here on the pod and check out all DLLS.com. We're not done because we're in overtime. We got a lot more super chats, so let's keep them rolling, John.
Oh God, where did we leave off? I don't even remember.
I believe the last one was
we started going down the language.
It was Christian E-League player. You went to look for the castle.
Ah, yes, there it is.
Did you find the castle?
Bang.
So, Luds, is it literally a castle called, like a single castle called Castle Ludwig, or is it one of the castles that was built by the Mad King Ludwig II?
It's one of the ones that my grandpa, the Mad King.
Is that who you're related to?
He's ancestry. He's going to call it that. But
Well, it's not. I don't say your grandpa.
I mean,
it's like the
it's in the-
1400s. But.
Yeah, but it was called, when I was there, it was called Ludwig Castle. So I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
The
I'm pretty
search
sure
continues.
the little fun trivia fact for anyone. I'm pretty sure Germany has like 20,000 castles or something like that.
Isn't there more castles than any other country?
Yeah, it's like it has like an insane amount of castles. And their fun fact, their bathrooms were just the basement. The basement was just, they had latrines. Is that what they were called?
That is a
Everything
name
would just
for a
get
bathroom.
funneled underneath it. One of them once is a great Wikipedia page. One of them once
Don't you watch
collapsed.
MASH?
What do you say?
Do you watch MASH?
MASH? No.
See, now you're
Well-
in my wheelhouse. You don't watch MASH? Are you serious?
There's
No.
got to be
the best show of all time.
There does have to be a channel that shows MASH
There
reruns.
They
Yeah,
did
it's
a lot
called
of things
TV
in the
Land. I know
latrine.
exactly what it is. TV Land does MASH and
So he knows it.
Huh?
He knows it. It's on.
Yeah,
he
my
knows the channel.
grandfather always watched it on vacations. Anyways, Sean's
GM
got a photo.
You
Oh,
kinda
look at
remind
this.
me of
Hey,
Radar.
Luddy,
This
does
is the
that
right
look like
castle?
your castle?
This is the right castle?
Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. I mean, a long time ago. Yeah,
Pretty.
that's it.
How about that? Nice
What I
looking
remember.
castle.
I was 19 or something like that when I was there.
By the way, GM Ben just put in the chat, new T-shirt. Quote: Colin Blackwell is not smart.
Craig Ludwig, Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Michael Scott, yes, just like that. But instead of the shots,
See,
it
I
says
shouldn't
Colin Blackwell
have, I
is
shouldn't
not
have
smart.
said anything because nobody would have picked up on
I
it.
didn't pick up on it, and as
I
soon
know.
as you apologized,
Well, that doesn't surprise me. But
yeah, well, you know, it happens. You did call me an E-League player, so I appreciate that as
no,
well.
I didn't. Somebody else did.
I believe you did, but let's go back to the tape here on this. That's a great shirt idea, Ben. I love it.
Let's
I love
bang.
let's cross Beck off the list as a guest.
it. Yeah.
Did we do this one already?
That was the one we got stuck
Yes,
on
yes,
before the
yes,
castle
yes,
search.
yes.
Okay, so burned oils with a little Brendan Smith and Eric Cole. I like that Ardell brought up Dumba. All right.
Agreed.
Yes, we did talk about Dumba in a positive way. Next one.
Bing bang.
Allie with a little, let's see, 79. Who the heck wears 79? I know it's Canadian.
Oh,
Nope.
PK Subban.
Nobody in Dallas has ever worn 79, but we could give a Casey DeSmith or, let's see, I'll do the real quick Canadian to U.S. It's 195, so it's DeSmith and Duchene in the U.S. I made Travis join. She's talking about her brother.
Travis
did,
Scott? Oh.
No, not Travis Scott again. Travis.
thank God.
Travis is Allie's brother, and he's the one that did the meme with you with the office picture that we've shown three times tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Thank you, Allie.
Bing bang.
T Farmer with a little DeSmith 99 cup here. We miss defensemen that can get that outlet pass. He's talking about Miro.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. Well, agreed. Well, I mean, not as efficient as Miro does. And I say this all the time. Miro usually transports pucks out of his own zone with his feet. And then when he breaks coverage down, and that's when he finds the outlet. He skates the puck the first 20 feet.
All the more reason why, and I'm not trying to be a downer here, I'm a little concerned about where his level is when he comes back, just because it uses his skating so much as part of his game. You hope that his knee is strong enough to be able to do what he normally does.
Yep.
And flexibility and all those things, range of motion. Okay, let's go to the
Bing
next one.
bang.
Stars 25 Cup year, super chat of Miro and the 99 Cup. Can confirm I made an AI Otter goalie image. Peak use of new technology. That one was for you, Sean.
There we go. Good job.
Nicely done. It's a good looking
Bing
one,
bang.
too. And this is the hat trick for Stars 25 Cup year. Another Haskin in 99. Let's say Miro returns tomorrow. Who's the first defenseman out? That's an interesting question now. Because before I thought it was, oh my God, that almost took my nose off. Let's see if he can land it. John, don't move this time. Oh, it was close. A little shorter of this one.
Computer.
If only they could see you trying to catch that. That would have been
They
great.
could see me trying to catch
Did
it.
they? Well, did you keep your
Yeah, the
screen on?
camera's on.
All right. A little while ago, it would have been easier. I'll ask Sean first because I've been going to Luds a lot because he's here. Sean, Matt Dumbo seemed to be the obvious out with earlier, but now he's been pretty consistent. Is it that obvious anymore?
Yes, he's still the one out
Why?
because they didn't send a first round pick to trade for him at the deadline.
You're talking about for Cody Ceci?
Yeah. Because they
And
didn't
you
trade
like
a first round pick.
Labushkin, and so Miro comes in on the right. Who's he play with?
Yeah.
Essa?
Well, I was going to say, I mean, is there any chance that Bishop would come out only because it's the first playoff game? It's against Colorado, a little more speed. You want him in there to be able to set a tone physically for sure. I just wonder if that would be a thought in their mind. And do you, Dumba's more veteranish, Ben better? I don't know.
No, it's an interesting thought. I don't know if it's quite as obvious as that because of the righty lefty. Yeah. But maybe it is because of the righty lefty. Maybe they want Harley, Lindell, Bischel down the left, and you just go in some order: Miro, Lyubushkin, and Ceci. Yep. All right, let's go to the next one.
Bing bang.
I feel like Luds has to read this one.
All right, Luds, go ahead. Spalding Smales.
Yo, Luds. Tell the Bluebell crowd bricks off serve. And Culver's, where are we from here? Oh, and Culver's. Well, Culver malts are just.
Read the rest.
I can say slut.
Yeah.
Oh, slutty milkshakes. I get.
Did we get it clean?
I don't know. I was kind of laughing at it. You want to say it one more time?
No. You probably did that on your own, didn't you?
No. You think I have burners to try to get drops out of you?
It wouldn't surprise me at this.
Honestly, John, that would be peak level trolling if you did.
Culver's is the goods. Culver's has good fish too.
Yeah,
yeah.
Culver's is
but that's a big
Culver's,
up north place.
Culver's is good. I might have to go Culver's this week. Culver's is good.
Is it like
By the way, I did used to do that with a sports radio host in Boston. Was script things so that he would have to read it
Culver's,
on the air, and we would get drops out of it.
Sean, they're having their own conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and Culver's is actually when you'll remember when Texas won the Calder Cup. That was one of Travis's big things. He took the Calder Cup to Culver's and filled it up with custard and everything from there.
Travis Morin.
Travis Scott?
Morin, not different Travis. So I wonder if it's a bit like a northern version of Brahms.
What, Culver?
Yeah.
Well,
not a grocery
Brahms
store.
Has got a grocery. Yeah, they got the grocery steaks
Brahms,
and stuff like that.
No. Okay. All right, we'll keep going. Next one.
Bing bang.
I believe Ben answered this question to Claritus in the chat.
Okay,
already.
so Claritus with a Lundqvist and Oettinger. Can we get a diehard pricing option for just Stars content? I'm a Cowboys hater. I root for 2 other NBA teams and am not a baseball fan. So in other words, he just wants Stars, but he wants it to be cheaper because he only wants to. You get all of it. It's sort of like.
I think he has a point.
I mean, why not support the Stars show by signing up? And then it doesn't matter if you look at the other shows or not.
Well, I think he's saying if I only want to get one team, can it be cheaper?
I don't know if that's the point. Option yet or not. Is it?
Well,
John?
I don't think it is.
Did he answer it? John, did Ben answer in the chat?
Well, I think Ben just tried to upsell him instead.
Yeah.
Failure is not an option.
Claritus, we appreciate your support of the Stars show. And if you want to sign up to be a diehard for support our show, that's a good option. Maybe Luds will send you a T-shirt that says Colin Blackwell's not smart. Oh, man, I can't wait to have that come back at you again. Let's go to I Love Misty 1985. Super chat of Ludwig. Somebody has... Oh, boy. I Love Misty might be having a few tonight. Someone has Sam's ticket for Cosm from GM Ben? ?
Oh, that's a good question.
So Sam, because he's sick, he's not going to be able to go to Cosm on Wednesday, which means there's a seat
Do we
open.
need? I don't have a ticket either.
Well, Ben's got it for us.
Oh, I figured he'd make us pay for him.
No,
make me pay for it.
No, he's going to make you pay for all the drinks.
No.
Except for what? 1 round? Is that what the you guys should hear the conversation between Luds and our GM Ben about trying to finagle how many rounds Ben has to cover.
We haven't got past 1 round.
1 round and appetizers, I believe was what he said. But
blew all his money on a cruise.
Northern version of Dairy Queen says G-Town Eagle. Dairy Queen a little similar to Culver's?
No.
No.
DQ's its own thing too.
Yeah, no. DQ's is big. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Culver's has.
Bing
okay.
bang.
So no. Before we get to the next one, John, GM Ben just said I have got one ticket available for sale for Cosm. So Ben, how does one pick up said ticket and purchase it since we've been sold out for weeks? Hit us in the chat. We'll go to the next super chat. We'll come back to that.
That's just the Sam ticket, right?
That is the Sam ticket, and you will not necessarily get sick. Claritus with a. This time I'm glad I ducked because that might have hit me off the ceiling beams.
There it is.
Oh!
Just quit moving your little pea head around. It'll just land and sit there.
That
Which head are we talking about right now, Lud?
Skipped off the dome, and I was getting accused of HR violations. This one is another Lundqvist and Ludwig, or he said Ludwig and Dumba, except that Ludwig never wore 5, right?
Maybe Dumba did.
Did you ever wear 5?
No.
Yeah, see.
That was my dad's number.
Or maybe he's just saying 3 is for both of you. Maybe that's it.
Well, what if you break it down into German francs or something like that? What does it come out to?
Well, considering that
I
it's
can
not
tell you what it would be if it was dinar.
It's a dead.
0.00001.
You got me on that one. The German francs is a dead currency now because they all went to euros, right? They don't even make them anymore. John's referring to the John. This one is literally for you.
Yes.
John's referring to the Erfurt latrine disaster. A bunch of people fell into a latrine and died. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at it. Look it up. It's wild stuff.
This is actually one of my
that
favorite
stinks.
Wikipedia pages. Like, so, Luds, you know what a latrine is? We explained it earlier, but
I'm the one that. Let me check the time on this show. 70 minutes. We got to be done by
and
now.
we're 70 minutes in, and I'm about to tell you guys about some people who fell into crap and died. So the funnier part of the story though is that all the people who died were like governors. So there was like a land dispute essentially, and this whatever the medieval German word is for like governor or king or whatever, they had to have all the governors come to this one castle. And they gathered in like the mess hall or something, and there were so many people that the floor gave out, and they all fell into like decades of human feces that had been piling up in the latrine, and it was so deep that they couldn't get out. So a bunch of them asphyxiated and died from breathing in the fumes of
That
Oh
had to
my
be a
God.
big shit show.
Come on, where is it? Where's our drop?
I don't know. It's over here.
Any of them? Stewie laugh. There it is. Thank you.
I thought we were leaving on that one.
Nope, we got more
No,
super
it's not even
chats.
the best feces-related Wikipedia page. The Dave Matthews Chicago incident.
Oh, that's over
one of
the
greatest things
river,
ever.
right?
Yeah, the river. They dumped it onto a passenger boat.
Oh my god,
Bing
the
bang.
worst. I love Misty 1985 super chat. Ludwig and Dumba or Ludwig. I'm fighting against Kolgara in the depths of Tokay.
I think this one's also for me. I have to throw my hat first, though. It's another one.
Why?
Because it's another hat.
I
trick.
lean back now because I know you're going to try to hit me in the head. There you go. Okay. Oh, that one was the shortest one yet.
Yeah. Well,
So
keep
it's.
moving.
I was accusing I Love Misty of drinking and sending in super chats that made no sense.
So TOTK, he's referring to the game Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And I believe Kolgara.
TOTK. It's on the screen.
Kolgara, the depth is basically there's like this mirror world underneath the
Video
main
game.
map in the game.
Yeah.
And then Kolgara is this like big scary bug thing that attacks you, and you have to kill it with lightning.
He wants to leave, but not yet. We got more. Thank you,
Bing
John.
bang.
Ronnie, this, by the way, Ronnie was the one that made the comment about Luds' shirt earlier in the chat with a little Brendan Smith and a year after the cup. Welcome, Riley Smith 2.0, Ayrton Martino. Now, Sean, give us a quick one because I want to bring this up on our show tomorrow. We got to save some of that because they actually signed a couple of players today. But can you briefly tell everybody about Ayrton Martino signing with Dallas and an ATO with Texas?
Yeah, I may or may not see him in person on Wednesday. If he's actually, I don't know if he's going to play for Texas on Wednesday in Grand Rapids or not, but I will be at the Texas Morning Skate Wednesday, so I might have a little bit more on him later in the week. But he's a Hobie Baker top 10 finalist. Won't win the Hobie Baker. Played at Colgate. He was a player who effectively helped push them to the ECAC final. Was more than a point per game guy this year. Real interesting prospect for the Stars that became even more interesting after they effectively traded away all of their first round picks and Logan Stankoven for Mikko Rantanen. So intriguing player, one that if they didn't get signed could have gone the free agency route on August 15th. So good piece of business to get done today, and someone that if you're watching the Texas Stars, worth taking note of right now.
I'm laughing because Harry got in the chat and said, after John made the explanation of that Legends of Zelda game, he goes, I don't want to see John's search history on his internet browser. I knew Luds would
He's
chuckle.
probably talking about the latrine disaster more than the Zelda game.
Actually,
about my search
I
history.
think both could be true, but you're probably right.
I'll give you. You guys can read my search history on the show. There's nothing in there.
I would love to read more about that latrine disaster because it sounds horrifying, doesn't it? You're full
moved
of
on.
jokes. No, you haven't.
I've moved on.
No, there's no way you don't have another one. Way to go. All right, let's go to the next one.
Bing bang.
It's getting late. Ardell with a Bishel and, of course, a Harley. DLLS diehards got invited to join Shapiro's Frozen 4 bracket challenge. Become a diehard. The difference is why. Sean, I haven't signed up yet, but I'm going to. Luddy, this is a go pick 'em for the NCAA Frozen Four hockey tournament. I got my University of Maine Black Bears all the way. Hockey East champs back on top.
I mean, I don't think I should say what team I'm picking because if, in theory, I'm trying to compete against these people, right? And I need to wait till they make their picks before everything locks in. I think
right. I'm going blind homer. All Black Bears go Maine.
Yeah, we knew that. So.
Yeah, unapologetically.
But yes, that's for those. If you're a diehard, it's in the Discord channel. Apparently, there's something called mods in the Discord who can pin things. I hope they did that. Go do that. The information to sign up for that, and I don't know how many people we've got signed up so far, but as I said in there, we'll maybe find a fun prize or something like that for the winner.
Let's call him Blackwell shirt.
Exactly. Yes.
It's going to be our most coveted item when it gets made. And if DLLS won't make it, Sean, Lud's buddy Andrew will definitely make it.
He's probably already on it right now.
Probably already.
Andrew, we're going to need a few of those.
The person who finishes last will get a Colin Blackwell picked my bracket shirt.
Oh my God, we are having too much fun. I love it. All right, let's go to the next one. A T Farmer, and this is, what's that? Yes. T Farmer with another hat trick. Watch out, Luds. There's another one coming your way. Why are we doing that? Just trying to break the sleeper sign back there. Oh, that's amazing. Oh. So this one is, we need a DLLS disc golf tournament, not ball golf. Food for thought. Luddy, I feel like you'd be pretty good at disc golf. You ever played?
Beersby.
Is that what it is? Oh, that's in the water.
Yeah.
Disc golf is on land.
You can do it on land.
You could also get us.
Beersby can play on land, on a mountain, whatever. You just got to have the pole, a beer on top of it, a beer in your hand.
You can't do it in like a kiddie pool or the HOA pool.
I don't stand in a kiddie pool. I'm just saying, you can play Beersby anywhere.
So it doesn't have to be in water.
No, you just got to have some beers.
Yeah. I feel like water's better because you can dive and fall.
Beersby.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. I like the idea of
put that on a shirt.
Landing in water as opposed to on the ground if you lay out for one. But you can't spill it either, right? That's the rule.
Well, you don't have to lay out for them.
No.
No. But you can't jump ahead of the pole. You can't catch it ahead of the pole.
And you can't spill.
I mean, you're talking about a beer can doesn't go 30 feet. It drops straight down. Yeah, and if it hits the ground, you're screwed anyways.
But you can't drop the beer to go dive for it.
No, you always got to have a beer.
That's right. So it doesn't matter. Hang on to it. See, we're already having fun. John, before we get to the next super chat, do you have that photo of Mikko Rantanen's face post-game tonight after he got hit in the cheek? Look at that. That is swollen. It looks nasty. He was able to continue. I would imagine it'll probably look worse, Luds, tomorrow.
It looks like it hit him flat.
You think?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Well, because there's no divot. There's no line. He'd have been cut. Well, if you get hit with a puck,
it usually splits.
On the side, it'll cut you. But I think this one, and there's no mark there. I think it was like a slap in the face. Well,
no pun intended.
Yeah.
Boy, he's on it. But yeah, that's a nasty. I remember, and Sean, you were probably down in Cedar Park. I can't remember who it was now. Somebody got hit by a puck on the bench in practice or on the ice at practice. I just happened to be down on the Texas Stars bench talking with the trainers or something. All of a sudden, guy comes over, and within seconds, he looked like he had a golf ball swollen on the side of his face. It popped up so quickly, and those are nasty when they swell up that fast. All right, let's go to the next one.
Bing bang.
Boy, we've had a fun one tonight. I Love Misty, 1985. I think this was their fourth with a little Pavelski and Ludwig. I posted a video from Extra History about the Erfurt. I got to wait for there we go. Latrine disaster in the damn Discord. So sign up as a diehard and you can get a link to the video and join in our loopy chats.
Yeah,
there it is right there. Look, it's in the.
It's 10 minutes long.
Jeez.
I hear the bell. I don't see the sign.
I already put it up.
No,
so Sean,
I said it again. You got to put it up.
Why?
Pavelski. Days since last show. I just want to make sure it was up.
Yeah, it is correct. Sean, one more time on where diehards can find your link, because I'm in the Stars Discord channel right now. I just opened it, and is it pinned somewhere? Because I don't see it.
The apparently the mods can do that, and I don't know how to do that. So that is.
So I have to scroll back and find it.
Yes, I believe someone. I think that needs to be done there. I just realized, by the way, someone can do so. We could just start calling. If anyone, we were making a John 3:16 joke earlier. We could do all Stars 3:16 is Lud's Pavelski. It's like the Wisconsin.
Oh, that's a good joke. That is a good joke.
There's the Stars 3:16. That's there's a shirt. There's a shirt that won't get us in trouble. At least.
What was he saying?
It's actually really good.
That's what I was doing just now.
Tuned out.
Yep.
Stars,
you're tuned out, but
we made the joke about somebody in the chat or in the super chats put a Austin 3:16. Which is like the rest.
I was here for that.
So Sean said we could do the Stars 3:16, which would literally be Ludwig Pavelski. Be a good shirt.
That's a good idea.
It's a good shirt,
Yeah.
right?
That's a good idea. Get on that one too, Andrew.
So Ben,
Yep.
Stars 3:16. Okay, so he says they just posted it and it's at the end.
Don't we have a guy in this company that's making all these shirts that we've been hearing about for 6 months now? Isn't there a shirt guy here?
Yes. Well, in the whole company, not just in Dallas, but all cities. Yeah.
Are they getting shirts? That the other part of the company?
You're asking the wrong guy. You should ask Ben. He's the one that knows.
By the
more
way,
about
he's not
that.
just the shirt guy. He's the art of the aesthetic of the entire
The
company
graphic
guy. So
design
everything
head
you
of
see on the screen right now, such as our logo in the bottom right and the score bug, is made and approved by this man.
We have another super chat, and Dustin just said Stars 3:16 says, "quote I need a Miller Lite."
There's a shirt.
I need a Miller Lite.
Or Stars 3:16. I stopped paying attention.
By the way, Gallagher said, "Get Pavelski on the show." That's on Luds.
Yeah.
He wouldn't answer my call. He'd definitely answer yours.
We want Joel live if we can get him.
It would be
You know what
nice.
I mean?
Yeah. I think so. In the studio would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Another super chat.
Bing bang.
Talk
Last
hockey
one
with
again.
me. Last one again. So we got to wrap this one up quickly. Jordan with a Haskinen 99. Did y'all see that Mikko said, "Yeah, I saw Marchment wearing it. Looked good, so I wanted to try it too." At least he has a sense of humor. That's usually a sign, Luds, that it's not too serious of an injury if they're making jokes about it.
He's fine. He got hit it flat. He's good.
All right. We have a show tomorrow, 2 o'clock Central, 3 Eastern. Sean will be on it. No, pretty soon. Luds, John, Sean, and myself. Sam is still on the IR for the rest of for the next couple days. I believe he'll be doing it remote Wednesday, Thursday. So hope you feel better. Boy, huge super chats tonight. Might have to go back and add that one up and see where we're at because that was a lot of fun. But thank you for joining us. Stars win. Oettinger was phenomenal tonight. Wins it. We'll see you tomorrow for the show. So long, everyone.
He's going to finish his chicks.
We all silly like the mayor.